All right, now we're going to have one more brief announcement that you're going to be very interested because she and Krista Kafer, Melanie Sturm and Krista Kafer, are doing one of our bonus sessions this afternoon at 2:30 in Spring Creek 1 called Engage to Win. Did some of you attend that last year? If you raise your hand if you attended Engage to Win. Great program, isn't it? It is fantastic. We're going to have 2 concurrent sessions going this afternoon, and you can pick which one suits your interest the best. But Melanie Sturm is a columnist for the Aspen Times. There is actually a conservative point of view in the Aspen Times. And her column, we're very pleased to say, has recently started being published in the Steamboat Pilot. And today you'll see one of her columns published tomorrow in the Sunday Steamboat Pilot. She has a website, thinkagainusa.com. That's thinkagainusa.com. I strongly encourage you to go to her website, sign up for her columns, and I'm going to now turn it over to Melanie Sturm to talk about Engage to Win for just a few minutes and the seminar they're doing this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a delight to be here from very progressive Aspen in slightly less progressive Steamboat. And it's a delight to be able to follow leadership program of the Rockies. I am now a newly minted LPR grad. I just completed the program in August and in June, and I highly recommend it. So I want to set the ground here. I want to ask you, are you eager to engage to win in order to spread our morally superior formula for humanity? Yeah? And are you eager to reverse the misperception that we are uncaring, bigoted extremists? Yeah? Because I'm here to persuade you that by influencing people in our networks, we can persuade people, we can influence people one impressionable person at a time. And if it can be done in Aspen, it can be done anywhere. The key, Jack Kemp's truism. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if you doubt that, consider the 2012 exit polls. Romney lost only one question. Who cares about people like me? He lost 18 to 81. Yet we care deeply knowing our principles are the best for the most people, especially the most vulnerable, and progressivism devastates the very people it purports to help. But we're the black-hearted and they're the kind-hearted? Truth is, vast majorities agree on big issues and share our values. We are not extremists, but extremists rejecting majority opinions govern us. That's because enough of those agreeing with us are peeled off to vote for the compassionate side, aided by false narratives casting us as ogres and our own inartfulness. Paraphrasing Margaret Thatcher, first we must win their trust, then our winning arguments will win the vote. So here's what I've learned about reaching the skeptical. There's a difference between expressing your opinion and persuading, because persuasion is a journey toward a unifying conclusion, common ground. We speak to everyone when we appeal to compassion and fairness, and the winning side always fights for people, not against things. Instead of railing against taxes and regulations and big spending, we must fight for job searchers, the energy poor, the sick, connecting their plights to progressivism and solutions to conservatism's expanding pie. Trust me, approach this way, people are persuadable, and hostiles can be powered down, creating a better environment for our society-enhancing reforms and candidates. So just a few examples. My father-in-law heard a woman complaining about egg prices in the market, and replying clumsily, he said, "You voted for that law," eliciting an annoyed look. But what if he'd said, "California passed a humane farming law causing prices to skyrocket. Now, those who can least afford it are hurt the most, and that's not fair." Instead of railing against unsustainable entitlements, we can argue it's unfair that young workers paying into the system now won't get these benefits when they retire. And as I wrote finally about Baltimore, it's a miscarriage of justice and the civil rights struggle of our time that the wealthiest and most generous nation on earth contains pockets of destitution and immiseration where millions are deprived of the dignity and fulfillment of work. So I've just addressed you about how to talk to people who think they disagree with us. I want to close by addressing you about how we're speaking to one another as this all-important election season continues. If we're going to forge a morally magnetic movement that pulls in people to our morally superior formula for humanity, it will be because we have put the values and ideas and principles that made America the freest, most prosperous, most decent society in human history before personalities. But I fear that we are allowing cults of personalities to grow up around certain candidates who've yet to win in the free marketplace of ideas the way Ronald Reagan had to. And we're dividing ourselves between the righteous and the infidels. And so history teaches us that when you elevate politicians like that, you lose sight of the ideas that we're fighting for. You stop asking questions, and you stop holding them accountable, and then you get hope and changed on. And we can't get hope and changed on again. The Republic depends on it. So I urge you, come to our Engage to Win workshop, learn how to put the ideas that frankly, we share with majorities of Americans first. Learn to be more persuasive. Krista Kafer and I will be teaching it this afternoon at 2:30. There's more information in your program. Our bios are in the program. There's brochures out there. And whether or not you can come this afternoon, I encourage you to consider bringing our Engage to Win workshop to your conservative community, because together we can realize Margaret Mead's observation that a small group of thoughtful citizens, like our founders, can change the world. It's the only thing that ever has. Engage to Win.